Yo, what's up, guys? Engineering Aquariums, episode number 8, coming at you with mechanical filtration. It's your host, Sean. We're going to be talking about, everything with mechanical filtration, what it is, what it does, when to use it. There are certain times not to use it. Talk about that. So, for starters, mechanical filtration is any way that you can physically remove large particulates out of the water. This does actually include skimmers. Non-dissolved organics are technically in that category. So skimmers are technically mechanical filtration. Um, those pads I have in the back of my, oh, it's not going to show it. The light's too blue. But I have these blue pads in the back of my overflow. Right now they're also keeping my clowns from swimming back there because they keep finding a way back there. I think my slits are too big in my overflow box, so I'm gonna actually buy some plastic combs and then silicone them together in a way that makes it so that they can't do that anymore. I'll keep you guys updated on that plan. Um, but anyway, even those combs are going to be technically mechanical. Anyone with even my really large slits that I have in my overflow box is mechanical because anything that large will get trapped on it, and as long as I remove it, it's technically mechanical. But yeah, skimmers don't do it alone. Now we'll go into the few times where you don't want to use mechanical, and in this case, skimmers are exempt from those. In which case, I would definitely keep your skimmer running because you're going to need it. Um, put it in the early parts of your sump. Don't put it after your refugium. I currently have a little bit, but I don't have. This kind of especially goes for anyone with fish that eats copepods and amphipods, copper bands, dragonets. Um, Even my clownfish will eat copepods. But anyway, uh, because if you put the mechanical afterwards, it will remove those from the water. They're big enough particulates that it will literally just remove them. This also goes to a trick that I saw on Mr. Saltwater TV. If you have sump stocks and you know that there's copepods in there for whatever reason, you have just a really large population or something, you can actually kind of rinse them out with tank water first and then kind of strain out the copepods. It sounds weird, but he did it. Look up Mr. Saltwater TV. His video on it is really good. Um, Mechanical filtration is definitely scale as needed kind of thing. If your tank is super cloudy, or yeah, it just looks dirty or something like that, or you feed a lot, something like that, use a lot of mechanical filtration. Use big filter some socks, use big filter pads, and then change them out regularly. That's a big one. If you can't change it out, don't use it. If you're like going to be gone for the week, just take your some socks out. Mechanical filtration really should be replaced maximum 4 days. Honestly, every 2 to 3. This keeps stuff from breaking down into nitrates, and it lets it just stay as a solid whole. You can see my fish on the left there is just playing in the current. They'll just kind of, or she'll swim behind propeller and then just get swept along. Finds it really fun. Anyway, yeah, so replace it frequently. Your options are, I mean, honestly, just putting a filter pad wherever it can get a lot of water flow. You're trying to maximize water flow through it. You're trying to create almost an active filtration. For those who don't know, active is like a reactor where you're pushing water actively through media. So if you can get it where it's catching either like 100% of the water through it or something like that. Right now I have it where it theoretically should be getting 100% because it's in my overflow box. Like all the water goes through there. If you have it on your drain lines, that's cool. Like I said, I wouldn't put it unless you don't have a refugium or you don't need copepods. Don't put it after your refugium because they will just eat them up. Router Tube Reef has two ideas for mechanical filtration. One of them is his Router Tube, which you should just look up. It's basically a PVC tube with that blue and white stuff that I have back there, but in it. And then the other one is putting a sponge filter, which is what I've shown you guys a little bit in my quarantine tank, and I'll go into sponge filters in a different video. Sponge filters are great as sponge filters, but they're also great pre-pump or pre-filters for pumps. The tubes usually fit the intakes of pumps or piping if you're doing an external pump system. They do clog up kind of quickly. Um, so, I mean, change them out. But worst case scenario, it will just slow down your water flow, and it'll kind of just make a gurgling noise in your standpipe, and you'll hear it. Because if you're using a gate valve style, any gate valve style drain, yeah. So I mean that kind of. So we've got. I mean, there's the one thing I didn't really. There's cleaning your water, which you use large mesh, like catching food waste and stuff. I have some mesh filter socks, some socks. Those I use if like the water looks fine and I'm just feeding normally. It'll catch any uneaten food, any large sand particulates, but it won't like polish the water. If my water looks a little cloudy, but I can't really see specifically what it is, I'll use either these filter pads are really fine, or I'll also use felt some sock. Both the felt and mesh are 200 microns, but the felt is like it's basically overlaid 200 microns a bunch of times. Um, yeah, so it's much better at catching small stuff than mesh. Anyway, thanks for watching the video, guys. Next, we'll be going into biological filtration. That'll be on episode 9. And then I think we're going to talk about, water chemistry, general water chemistry, and my chemistry. And then we'll see you guys tomorrow for an update on the corals I'm getting in, an unboxing from Worldwide Coral. Really excited for their stuff. I've always seen good stuff come out of their tanks, online that is, and in person actually. Reef Stock Denver 2017. Woo. Yeah, hit that like button, comment, subscribe, message me with anything urgent or specific, like super specific. If you need help designing a tank, that's probably something you want to email me about or direct message me. Yeah, so thanks for the support, guys. Appreciate it. See you on the next video. Bye.